Well, there is definitely no shortage of fitness myths floating around out there. So with us this morning to keep us on track is our fitness expert, Wes Cole. Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, so lots of myths out there.
Well, these are the fitness myths that just won't die. So I'm gonna make sure we bust them today to keep you so you don't get sidetracked.
Okay, the first one, calisthenics are all you need to get in shape.
Well, there's been a lot of videos and books out there lately, kind of talking about how calisthenics are kind of like the secret to fitness. It's all you need is bodyweight calisthenics. We've heard a lot about that. The thing about it is this might be true, but the only thing it's not true with is beginners. You know, most beginners, they just don't have the strength to do pull-ups and even push-ups. A lot of bodyweight calisthenics, especially if they're a little bit overweight. So you don't want to look at calisthenics as the holy grail, you know, of training, so to speak. You know, you can modify calisthenics and make them a little bit easier. But for most people, it makes a little bit more sense to maybe start on maybe TheraBands, even free weight stuff that you can kind of take the weight down a little bit more. Because calisthenics, I mean, even basic push-ups, they're real hard if you haven't.
I can't do pull-ups.
Yeah, I mean, you really can. So you want to kind of look at calisthenics as just another tool, another of the many tools that can be effective, but don't look at them as the only thing. Okay,
all right. The next one, high rep training is better than heavy lifting.
This is another myth that I try to tell a lot of people. You know, it's one of the things that keep a lot of people's wheels spinning, you know, just for years and years without getting results, especially for women. The thing about it is research shows us that beginners can see a lot of strength and muscle results on doing high rep, you know, 15 to 20 rep range. But when you get into the intermediate advanced, multiple studies prove that you have to start increasing the total percentage of your 1 rep max. You kind of start working the 75, 85%, which means you need to start working the 8 to 10 rep range and maybe even working to the 6 to 8 rep range every once in a while. High rep training is important and it can help you, but studies show that every once in a while you can't be afraid to pick up some heavy weights and lift something real heavy, you know, eight times or so, especially if strength is your goal. So don't be afraid of it.
Push yourself a little bit more.
Push yourself a little bit more and you'll see the results.
Okay, squats are bad for your knees.
And this is another one that I just hear all the time. And there's a lot of people that have this belief that squats they're unnatural movement. It's not good for your knees. But I tell these people, you know, how do you go to the bathroom? How do you sit down and stand up?
Doing that.
You know, you talk to any physical therapist stuff, they'll tell you that this is a natural, you know, human function. You know, it's really hard to live without doing squats. A lot of people that their knees really hurt them with squats simply because they're overweight. They're a little heavy. You know, the thing about it is you don't have to build up to where you do, you know, you have to be able to do, you know, 200 or 300 pounds doing squats. But if you can't do, you know, 5 or 6 basic chair squats with your own body weight, then there is an issue, and you need to work on that, you know, calorically. Maybe, you know, work on your cardio, kind of get a little bit more leaned up, and, you know, really focus on that. Because if you can't squat, it's gonna be real hard to live day in, day out.
Kind of a normal function.
It is.
Okay, time to answer a question from our viewers. This first question comes from Jill. I keep hearing that a certain cardio class will burn 900 calories, but that seems too hard for me to believe. Am I wrong?
Well, I mean, my first coach once told me you can burn 1,000 calories getting outside and chasing your dog around.
Yeah.
The secret is how hard can you go? The thing about it is 900 calories an hour, that is a lot of calories in an hour. You're looking more on maybe the 300 or 400 calorie mark, you know, for an hour if you're kind of more of a beginner intermediate. 900 calories, that would take a tremendous athlete to do. So don't look at it, I tell all my clients if they're kind of new to exercise, focus on working out more moderately, but more often. You only burn 300 calories, you know, once or twice a week, but if you do that 5 or 6 times a week, it adds up real quickly. But 900 calories, that's a lot for a beginner in 1 hour.
And you know, a little bit's better than nothing at all. So just as long as you're doing something and burning some calories.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I've trained thousands of clients. The clients that get in there and they hit it, you know, 4 or 5 times a week moderately, they always seem to get more results than the people that hit it they try to kill themselves, you know, once or twice a week. So.
All right, good advice. We are out of time. If you have a question that you would like Wes to answer, just go to the weekend morning section of our website, kjrh.com, click on the Habitual Health link, or give Wes a call, 749-0960, or check out his gym on 46th, just east of Sheridan.